Hey, there he is. My favorite client.
Looking good, my guy.
Just a reminder, folks, to make sure to be here for a figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot, Jazz the Bear.
Tickets are still available for the next Jazz Game. Purchase your tickets today. Visit the ticket counter for available games or sign up for season tickets.
Well, folks, be here for a blanket giveaway day and get a free Jazz Green blanket.
At power forward, standing 6'11", number 22, Kyle Phillips.
Sham, some surprising moves for the Blazers this summer, including trading to reacquire 35-year-old Drew Holiday.
They clearly want to build on last year's top 5 defensive finish in the second half of the season. So in Drew Holiday, you get a lockdown perimeter defender. Not to mention, he's a 3-time teammate of the year. He's a 2-time NBA champion. He's a 2-time sportsmanship winner in the NBA. So he's a guy that can help on and off the floor to this young, growing nucleus in Portland.
Seems like a great fit. Maybe Portland will be back relevant once again. So here's Portland's starting group. Lillard and Sharp are the guards. Toumani Camara out there with Denny Avdia. And it's Klingon in at the 5 down low. Here's AI. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. And down it goes. 2 points. AI's got his second basket on the night. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game. 3-pointer Sharp. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
Offensive board. And finished off by Kessler.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Here's Avdia following the bucket by Utah. 4 on the clock. Again, the miss by Portland.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Here's AI. Pass to Filipowski. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. AI's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about facing a talent like Damian Lillard, and Coach said, we know Dame is going to be a handful. He always is. He has unlimited range. He's terrific at shooting off the dribble, and if you press up on him, he'll go right by you. He is a difficult cover, to say the least. Back to you, Brian.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Shams, you're always ready to break a story. Is there ever a chance for you to unplug?
Late summer is when things are quietest, that mid-August through September Labor Day window. That's usually the best moment to get off the grid. But BA, you never know in today's NBA when things could happen, and that could be in the summer too.
Hey, you're always ready. I know that about you. You're a workhorse.
Always ready.
And it's Avdia off the drive. Three-pointer Sharp. The rebound by Filipowski.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
And with each miss, you can feel him pressing just a little bit more.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
So it's Portland now, following the three by Utah. Lillard outside. Outside Sharp. From outside the arc. Utah grabs the miss. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Portland this season.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
Yep, that one goes.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Outside Kamara. Portland moving it around. Lillard against George. Avdia outside to end the run. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. Here's AI, guarded by Sharp. Kessler, a screen on Sharp, to the middle. And finished off by Kessler.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. They have to be frustrated right now, falling down into the bottom of the rankings.
You know, right now for Utah, they've managed to get into the top spot in the rankings, but that doesn't mean they can let their foot off the gas. They now have a bullseye on their back, and everyone wants to beat the best.
And when it comes to NBA moves, a pretty great summer for the state of Texas, John.
Ton of action in Texas, BA. Cooper Flagg to Dallas, Dylan Harper to San Antonio, and Kevin Durant to Houston. These are major moves, and it's going to be hard to mess with Texas. These teams are loading up. They're all trying to be a contender in the Western Conference.
That Texas triangle is going to be formidable once again real soon. And it's the Blazers with the ball. The Jazz making their last shot. Shoots from the line, and Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 5 points.
He's known for the long ball, but Lillard every bit as effective in the mid-range.
To the paint. Here's Kessler, and finished off by Kessler.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Kessler. Lays it up and banks it in. 10 points for him.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now Lillard, three-pointer. Lillard can't get that one to fall. Here's AI. 16 points for him. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by Filipowski. You're looking at the best in free throw shooting last year in the NBA. Second, Damian Lillard.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Here's Lillard, coming off a 31-point game. Takes a three. On target from range. Some around the league, Shams, saying the Big Three super team era is done. You see it that way?
Listen, BA, the latest CBA clearly is designed to spread talent around the league, clearly is designed for parity around the league, but I really feel like the super team era really came and went pretty quickly. We saw Miami with their Big Three win it all. Kevin Durant to Golden State was really a one-off product of the salary cap spike in 2016. That's been about it. It's been about parity, but you still do need a couple stars in today's NBA to win.
Here's AI. Another three for Utah.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Pass to Klingon. for three. The shot by Lillard, no good.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Here's Kessler. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Now here's Lillard. 11 points in the game.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Here's AI. Up and in on the layup. AI's got 24 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Sharp. This one for three. Rebound, Utah. AI's got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. Here's Filipowski. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Off the outside. For three, here's Lillard. Drains the triple. Lillard's got 17.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
For the Jazz, Nurkic is checked in for Kessler. Bailey comes in for Filipowski. And it's Collier in for George. And a new group getting ready for Portland. Williams is checked in for Klingon. Jeremy Grant comes in for Avdia. Thibault, he's checked in for Kamara. And Holiday subbed in for Sharp.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
Lillard can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 22. Here's AI. Again, Utah. Good for 2.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Williams finds Lillard. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. He's got 19.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Here's Markkanen. And here's Bailey for three. It's rebounded by Grant. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Williams up top. Pass to Lillard. Launches it. Again, the miss by Lillard. Here's AI. That's 29 for him. Inside. Here's Collier. Here's AI. He drops it from range. AI's got 32 points. And so it's Utah up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. The hustle they've shown on defense has... We welcome you. Denny Avdia's checked in for Grant, and it's Kamara in for Thibault. And the sense was the back half of this year's draft was a little thinner than normal. Why was that, Shams?
Because the money is getting bigger and bigger in college basketball. And a lot of those potential late first or second round picks can just simply make more money in college than go to the NBA. So as these new rules start to regulate and the revenues potentially get shared more across the schools, potentially it normalizes it a little bit. But these players in college are able to make essentially the NBA minimum, if not higher the NBA minimum, even as second round potential picks.
Good point. On the court right now for Portland. Toumani Camara out there with Avdia. Then it's Williams. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's Holiday in a shooting guard.
And he's going to nail these if you give him the space. That's just soft D.
Well, if you're going to give him that shot, he will take it any time.
And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Here's Here's AI. And it's good for 2. AI's got 38 points.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team. And Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. The Trailblazers have gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Sinks the tray. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Here's AI. And that one good.
His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
And almost all of the lottery picks in this year's draft coming out of college. Shams, what's changed over the years?
Yeah, these players in college are making so much money. In some ways, players that are going back to school at times are making just as much, if not more money than they would if they're being drafted. So the NIL money at play is the biggest story. Players no longer have to necessarily sacrifice their earnings. They can get the exposure. They can get the college experience, the big tournament. Also, they can get the big bag, the nice pocket change as well. So whether you stay in college or go to the NBA draft, whether you want to stay abroad, but in most cases enter college basketball, there's a lot of money there in NIL.
Game's popular as ever.
Well, he was cold in that first quarter. And now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. Here's Kamara. Three-pointer off the mark. Utah's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. AI, no good.
And you see the bench react as that layup doesn't drop. That's not exactly what they were expecting.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting 59% in this quarter. Terrific. To the inside, Filipowski. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Back to Holiday. Lillard outside. Portland again missing.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Portland moving it around. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Collier.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
And a busy summer for trade, Shams. What went into that frenzy of activity?
BA, only the Nets had significant cap space, so that meant it was going to be a lot of trades, not a ton of free agent movement. Also, with a much greater level of parity, the East is wide open, and teams are really sensing there's a chance here to go for it. We saw that with the Desmond Bane trade in Orlando.
You feel like we may go on the same kind of roll next summer?
BA, I think next summer there'll be much more free agent movement. There's going to be about 10 to 12 teams with significant cap space in the summer of 2026.
Shams, you got to get all your cell phones charged up, baby.
They're ready.
Top deal with it. Working on Filipowski. Three-pointer, Holiday. Rebound, Utah. AI's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Down low. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Terrific find there, and he notches the triple-double. He's just been everywhere tonight.
Well, we know you got to get going, but thanks, Shams. As always, it's been fun and informative, my friend.
BA, no problem. Always glad to join, but I got to go. I got to get to this news right now.
Man's got things to do. Always a pleasure to have Shams drop in. He knows everything that's going on in the league.
Well, he's really connected, and he has great instincts. It's almost like he can sniff out a story better than anyone.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Utah's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Here's AI. And that one drops. AI's got 48.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
They set the pick to stop the drought. The shot by Holiday, no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting a sensational 78% from the field in this game. AI, the pass to Nurkic. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Nurkic has got 6.
Yeah, when he sets the pick, Nurkic can do different things on the roll. Makes him hard to track.
Lillard can't get it to go. Here's AI. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. And it's good. 2 points.
Well, he got the space he needed, and he hit a nice little leaner.
And so it's Utah, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be right back after this word.
Hello and welcome. Before we move on to the next part of the show, hey Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Oh, why are you asking? I'm a little tired.
And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Portland Trailblazers. Well, and that's a wrap on half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens.
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
Filipowski out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's George. Then it's Walker Kessler. And it's AI in at the shooting guard position. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. Here's Kamara. No good on the triple. Kamara's gone just 1 for 4 so far. Here's AI. Now a timeout called by Utah. And a moment to check out the 2K leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. Well, you look at Kessler, 5th in the league. A really strong rebounder.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's AI. Another one goes. Incredible.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Clinging with the ball. Kessler on him. Pass to Avdia. Again, the miss by Portland.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Count that bucket.
This is the second half start they were hoping for. 4 straight field goals out of the gate.
Back to Lillard. Knocks down the triple. Lillard's got 31 points.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
Here's AI. And yes! Another basket.
Another stunning accomplishment in his career. He's now tied for 4th most 60-point games in league history.
He's one of the most exciting offensive players the NBA has ever seen. I don't think you can make an argument against that.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
You look at the career of Damian Lillard. He's provided some unforgettable moments, Grant.
Oh, yes, he has, B.A. And I remember you were on the call for one of those moments. That unfathomable series-ending buzzer beater he hit against the Thunder.
Lillard outside. Jacks up a 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 8 now. Here's AI, defended by Lillard. Another one falls. Amazing. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Pass to Klingon. Now here's Lillard. Fires the three. Utah grabs the miss. AI's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Kessler passes to AI. Again! What an avalanche!
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Kept alive. It's good. Klingon's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, and Klingon is a gigantic player. He is so difficult to keep off the glass at times.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. 68 points for AI.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
For three, here's Lillard. The rebound by Filipowski.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
And they've come out of halftime really on a roll.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Lillard with the bucket.
Lillard gets so much lift on his three-pointers, it's almost effortless how he shoots.
Another bucket! Wow!
What a game from him! 72 points!
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Sharp passes to Lillard. Over to the wing. Here's the three. Utah grabs the miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
To the paint. Kicks it to George. The three ball. And Klingon pulls it down. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for Portland. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. And that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Here's AI. Basket's good.
Well, he's having a huge night, and so is this offense, just rolling right now.
Off the outside. Hits Sharp on the wing. That one goes. Count it. Sharp's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
Here's AI, guarded by Sharp. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah. Graham, what stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, BA. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Jusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kessler. Niang comes in for Filipowski. Bailey's checked in for Markkanen. And it's Collier in for George. Here's AI. Non-stop scoring machine right here. With some arc. And it's Portland with a rebound. Here's Kamara. Buries it down low. Kamara's got 5 points.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
Here's AI. Stays with it and hits the off-balance shot.
They're leaning on him heavy, and he's responding. He can carry the load.
High post Klingon. Nurkic is there. Three-pointer Sharp. Nails it from 3. He's got 10.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's AI. Inside. Niang, right side. Here's AI. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Here's Avdia. Portland moving it around. It's Avdia on the wing. Picked his pocket. In transition. Here's AI. And again. Oh, and there's 80 points.
Oh, wow. Just wow. This guy is on another level.
Here's Sharp. It falls. 5 for 11 in the game.
After a forgettable first half, he is turning it on now. You love to see this kind of resilience.
1:33 left to play in the third quarter. From the line, and it comes off the front of the rim. Well, Portland's shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. Back to Kamara. Avdia finds Sharp. Off target from three-point range. 1:05 left in the third. Here's AI. Yet another bucket.
That puts him even for third on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
Man, I'm at a loss for words. His has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see. Back to Kamara from the arc. Rebounded by Bailey.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide.
And got it! Another basket!
That score moving him clear into third all time for scoring.
Well, you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished. Outside Holiday. The three. The shot, no good. Here's AI. Good! That's another bucket! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Oh! Nice. Wow! And he bangs it home with one hand.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is red hot, leading the game in scoring.
And so it's Utah making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic...
Both teams making some changes here. Portland has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. So the Trail Blazers 5 right now. Lillard and Sharp are the guards. Avdia out there with Toumani Camara. And it's Clingan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's AI. Hits yet again! Wow!
90 points! A legendary performance!
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making...
And the basket is good.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
And Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, BA. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
And another one!
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. Lillard outside. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. The Jazz have gone 8 of 9 here in the fourth quarter. Here's AI. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And usually teams go on runs from a bunch of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. He got a piece of it.
Well, this has been far from his best game, and if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to...
And it's good! He hits another one!
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
Man, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the second most points in an NBA game. What an historic night. Avdia from outside. Rebound, Utah.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's AI. He got it again! Sensational!
Can you believe it? He's done the unthinkable and tied the record for most points.
What an incredible effort. Complete scoring dominance. With the fadeaway. Oh, connects again.
What a moment. It's one for the history books. Again, he has set the record for the most points ever in a single game.
Unparalleled scoring capability. We've seen it time and time again. There's really nothing he can't do on a basketball court when he sets his mind to it. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Anderson comes in for Niang, and Sensabaugh subbed in for Bailey. Here's AI, and the Jazz tack on 2 more.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's AI. Again, Utah good for 2.
They're going old school out there now. Working the mid-range part of the floor.
Pass to Klingon. And here's Avdia. There's the triple. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Leans from outside. And good! There's another!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Portland moving it around. And here's Lillard from beyond the... Connects again. From distance.
Oh my, he is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for 3s in a game. And that one's good. AI.
Well, he's having a big scoring night, but he's doing it extremely efficiently. This is impressive.
Now here's Lillard, guarded closely. That one a little long. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Nurkic a screen on Lillard. AI, the pass to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Jazz.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for AI.
Well, he just checked so many boxes tonight. He got buckets for himself, created for his team, and as a result, he just racked up a triple-double.
Just 4 to shoot. For 3, Collier. And Klingon pulls it down. And it's the Blazers with the ball. Pass to Avdia. The 3 is up. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
Ball goes to Portland.
There's 21 seconds left in the 4th. Outside Sharp, just 5 on the clock. Here's Lillard, back to Sharp for 3. The shot that time, not on target. Here's Collier. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too.